Wanda Maximoff is the twin of Pietro Maximoff and is a Romani witch who would go on to change the world as the Scarlet Witch. She first appeared in X-Men number 4, 1964. Born in a nomadic Romani clan as a child, she was kidnapped by the High Evolutionary and experimented on. These experiments gave her and her brother abilities. The High Evolutionary's base of operations was also on the Wundagore Mountain. This mountain was the prison for the Demon Lord of Chaos, Chthon, who sensed baby Wanda's potential and imbued her with his chaos magic. Upon finishing his experimentation with the twins, they were given to Django and Myra Maximoff to raise. Eventually, having fallen on hard times, Django was forced to steal food for his family. This led to the rest of the clan turning their backs on them and attacking them. Pietro managed to save himself and Wanda with his newly manifested super speed, but not their adoptive parents. Many years later, Wanda and Pietro were surviving in Central Europe, but still struggling, when Wanda accidentally set fire to a building in a small village. Once again, fearing her power, the villagers turned on her and called her the Scarlet Witch. It was only the arrival of Magneto and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants who arrived to save her and her brother, leaving them feeling indebted to Magneto and his ambition. After siding with Magneto against the X-Men for an extended period, Wanda began to doubt his vision and was feeling uncomfortable with some of his plans. This frustration met a boiling point when Magneto launched an attack to kill the X-Men while her brother was their prisoner. This would have also sentenced him to death. It was at this point she defied him. She then saved her brother and left behind this life of villainy. Shortly after, they were recruited to join the Avengers. With only Captain America left from the founding members, herself, her brother, and the world-famous archer Hawkeye joined Cap in the new formation. Wanda went on to fall in love with a later addition, Vision, an artificial being created by Ultron to fight the Avengers, who instead joined them. Vision and Wanda married and had 2 children, Billy and Tommy. However, the magical power used to create them came from Mephisto, so when he reclaimed that power, they no longer existed. Having her memory wiped of this incident also led to her leaving Vision and joining the West Coast Avengers, where she met and fell in love with Wonder Man. Wonder Man being the human who the Vision's brainwaves were based off of. Eventually, as her powers grew and grew, she was reminded of the death of her children, and this caused a meltdown, pushing her over the edge, causing her to destroy Avengers Mansion and leave many members dead or severely injured. Doctor Strange used his powers to put her in a coma and take her to the home of the mutants, Genosha, for the skilled telepath Professor X to try and help. This led to arguably one of the mid-2000s most famous story arcs, House of M. This is where, with no idea how to help or even potentially control Wanda, the idea to potentially euthanize her crept up. This scared her brother, who pleaded with her to do something. So she did. She recreated the world. In this new world, mutants were the majority, Magneto was leader, and many other heroes were given their deepest desire in order to try and keep everyone happy, leaving Wanda to live a seemingly normal human life with her 2 children. However, some people did remember the old world and fought back, with Magneto killing Quicksilver, believing this was all his doing. This caused Wanda to break down in a fit of rage. Wishing to punish Magneto for what she had done to his brother, she said the immortal line, "No more mutants." Remaking the world again, but with almost everyone losing their powers. In fact, if not for Emma Frost and Doctor Strange, everyone would have been left powerless. This caused countless deaths, as people who could have been flying fell from the sky, and people who relied on their mutation to survive dying. While there is still loads more that could be said about Wanda, I feel this really gives an idea of what Wanda has been through and how, despite her best efforts, it routinely feels like the deck is stacked against her.